The man drew a pistol from his waistband, threatening the fat man to get lost immediately. But to his surprise, the fat man was no pushover either. He swiftly turned, walked to the back of the car, opened the trunk, and pulled out a submachine gun.
Come on! Where's everybody going? I thought we were gonna hang out.
This bold move stunned his good buddy David. Who would have thought the fat man, who'd been bullied constantly growing up, had now transformed into a ruthless arms dealer? To help his brother-in-arms strike it rich, he invited David to join this high-stakes business. Together, they'd build a powerful operation. David accepted without hesitation, and the fat man generously shared his money-making secrets. The Department of Defense operated a public weapons procurement website listing all U.S. military contracts. They simply needed to filter out smaller contracts to bid on. Once awarded, they'd source cheap supplies globally and sell them at premium prices to the U.S. military, pocketing the difference. Through these smaller deals, the fat guy easily raked in $200,000 a month. Lured by the money, David began studying weapons knowledge, then scoured for unwanted small contracts, making call after call. Through relentless effort, they finally secured their first major order. That day, a U.S. Army captain stationed in Iraq called, requesting 5,000 handguns. The pair was ecstatic. If completed, this order would yield a staggering $800,000 profit. Yet high profits often came with high risks. The very next day, the captain called back with devastating news. The Italian government had banned arms shipments to Iraq, and Beretta pistols were manufactured in Italy. David, clueless about international politics, could only placate the captain by promising he was coordinating arrangements and assured the guns would arrive on time. After hanging up, David immediately sought out the fat man for solutions. The fat man, however, showed no concern. He believed they could simply reroute through Jordan, disguise the firearms as ordinary cargo, and then ship them to Iraq. Legality was the last thing on his mind. David couldn't think of a better plan and had no choice but to follow the fat man's lead. Trouble struck soon after. The captain called again, reporting the pistols had been seized in Jordan. Failure to deliver on time would not only end their partnership, but also land both men on the Ministry of Defense's blacklist, effectively destroying their arms-dealing business. To resolve this crisis, they immediately flew to Jordan. After extensive inquiries, they finally located the customs official responsible for the seized guns. However, he informed them that due to an expired transport permit, they would need 6 weeks to reapply. Fatso pulled out a stack of US dollars, intending to resolve the issue with cash. Seeing the money, the official agreed without hesitation, not only returning the seized firearms, but also arranging a local driver to guide them. Now all they needed to do was smuggle the guns into Iraq, and the order would be successfully completed. They then personally embarked on the journey to transport the arms, driving 800 kilometers toward war-torn Iraq. But as they neared the border, they were intercepted by local militants.